So you had already had some discovery, but now you've
No, we haven't had any discovery.
Oh, so this was
today,
the first thing today.
this is the first stuff.
And I heard 32 discs, so it sounds like it's going to be quite an undertaking to really.
Yeah, it's there's thousands and thousands of pages of material and hundreds of hours of video.
So that is kind of playing into why the next hearing was set 60 days out.
Yes, normally, and especially with Judge Walber, he likes to 45 days at the most settings. A 60-day setting is appropriate, I think, in this case because of the amount of discovery. It's massive.
Couldn't quite hear him. It sounded like you all were kind of talking about a trial date. None
Yes.
was set, though, right?
Yeah, he was talking about a November trial date. That's not going to, I don't think that's feasible. We don't have DNA back yet. That's going to be a huge part of this case. That's going to be extremely important. And once they've prepared it, once they've processed it and analyzed it and returned a report, we need to check it and make sure they did the right thing. They did the job correctly. So
a lot of the reports are about a plea being entered today, but there was no plea. Right?
Yeah, I thought he was going to actually arraign him today. That was my understanding, but the judge decided not to. That was entirely his decision. So we were prepared to enter a plea of not guilty at this point. So,
you all have any questions?
When was he talking about the trial? January, February?
At first he was discussing November, but I don't foresee the DNA being back and us having enough time to review that by November. So he was talking an early 2017 trial date, January, February, or March, somewhere in there. Again, it always depends on discovery. How much information we get, how long it takes us to process it, and if we need our own experts to do our own analysis and checks on the other experts. So make sure everything's done.
22nd is the next hearing.
Is the next court date, yeah, and Mr. Criner probably will not be brought at that date, almost certainly.
Are there any other pending motions?
Right now, no. Normally the way this process works is we get the discovery, we process it, we analyze it, decide what we need to do from there, and then we start filing motions.
You said back in April that Criner's mental health might be a part of the defense. Has he undergone any testing or anything?
Not yet. We needed his old medical records to get a baseline so we know where he's at and what he needs. So we haven't scheduled anything yet.
And how is he doing? My understanding is that he's in solitary. Is he adjusting to?
So he turned 18 last Thursday. And they moved him on his birthday to Del Valle from the local jail here next to the courthouse. He was basically in solitary here in the Travis County Jail. It's basically where they keep the under 18s to keep them separated from the general population. But now he's at Del Valle, so he's in a larger group. So it's not exactly solitary, but he is in somewhat protective custody.